What up? We're going to be doing some Dynasty trades. Now, I figured it would be a nice little breather to get away from rookies for right now. Rookies, we'll get to it. We have plenty of time to dive through every single dang rookie and everything like that. So we're going to go through some trades. Some trades that have happened in the last week here. So a lot of these have been through Twitter and asked. And I wanted to see what people were saying, and if I have any objections and where my thought processes are when it comes to certain trades. So the first one, and this is a little bit of a tough one, but we have Justin Jefferson. Hey, Skull. Justin Jefferson traded or offered for Javonte, a 2024 first, a 2025 first. Now, last year, Javonte was valued as easily a top 7-8 running back. That knee injury is a concern. I mean, when you injure more than just your ACL, that injury recovery is more than that 12-month time frame. So that is a concern. Now, they do have Sean Payton. Now, they do have weapons around Russell Wilson. And even you saw some of the older veterans last year actually produce decently as a Denver Bronco. And so I'm going to still take Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is top 10 in my super flex rankings, and I'll give you the exact number here towards the end when we have another trade involving him. But he's a top 10, and Javonte's not. And even those 2024 first, 2025 first, I am keeping Justin Jefferson. Javonte might be a flash in the pan for a year or two, but I definitely have some big concerns. There's no guarantee that Javonte even becomes a great running back. I like him. I love his tape and everything like that, but JJ is a guarantee, and he's a guarantee for the next 6-7 years. So I am going to take Justin Jefferson. The next trade, we have Patrick Mahomes and Kyle Pitts. You better be we better be getting some stuff in return. In fact, the votes were on the second half here, which was Deshaun Watson, 102, Jamar Chase, and Evan Ingram. And so let's just look at kind of break this down value-wise. I would say that Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts are very similar in value. I think and this is super flex, so I think that you could say that is pretty similar. So you have Watson, 102, so could be Jahmyr Gibbs, could be CJ Stroud, could be Bryce Young, and Evan Ingram. Now, I'm keeping Mahomes and Pitts. I understand that Pitts is a little bit of a risk, but he's going into his third year. He is a positional advantage if he becomes that. I mean, he's still my tight end 1 overall in Dynasty. It's not really a question to me. I still believe in the talent, still believe in everything that Kyle Pitts has to say. He could be the biggest bust in Dynasty, potentially history, or pretty much close to history, because he has done nothing. But I am putting my money on Pitts, and Mahomes you could literally have him for the next 10 years. Deshaun Watson, we don't know if he's going to come back to the level that he was. 102 is nice, but I can't do this. I mean, I would want 102, and then, gosh, I don't even know what else I would want on that. I would almost want 102 and 103 rather than Watson, but Watson's higher in my rankings. I don't know about Watson. There's too much risk with that. Mahomes is so hard. When you have Mahomes, and when you have Josh Allen, and when you have literally Joe Burrow, and you have that top 3, top 4 quarterback, they need to overpay to get him. And that's just what I'm saying. So I'm going to keep Mahomes and Pitts. Even though that looks like a tempting trade, I could see why somebody would go, yeah, I'll do it. But I'm still taking the Mahomes and Pitts side. All right. Chris Olave, 110, Cam Akers for DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris, and Calvin Ridley. So Ridley, he's a fine prospect in here, but I'm looking at Swift and Najee. Swift still, I believe, a top 7-8 running back. A lot better than Akers, and Najee still a top 12-13 running back. So you're getting 2 top 12-13 running backs for Chris Olave, who's a good wide receiver, but he reminds me of a lot of this kind of wide receiver 2 stuck range. And this is where it matters, because 110 is a tiered break for me. And so if I'm doing this right now, I'm going to take Swift and Najee, because I think 110, you might not get the Jordan Addison. You might not get the Quentin Johnston. You might end up having to take a risk on another running back. And so if you're looking at a risky running back potentially, or a Josh Downs, or potentially an Anthony Richardson, maybe, depending on what it is, if this is super flex or not, doesn't say. But I still get Calvin Ridley, who is now going to be with Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to take Swift and Najee. Olave is fine, but if you change Olave to Garrett Wilson, I'm going to take the Garrett Wilson side, because I believe more in Garrett Wilson than I do Chris Olave. But and that's just because I think Garrett Wilson's a better prospect wide receiver wise, and I think he's more of an alpha. Where Chris Olave, I think, is a really good like Terry McLaurin, DJ Moore type, that you're going to be stuck between 11 and 18 for fantasy-wise. And that's just what I feel like the Saints are going to... And the Saints don't have a really good quarterback position at this point. So that's what I believe. All right. Now this one, I completely disagree with the audience. I don't know why they want the second part of this trade, but 101 and 112. So you're getting Bijan and 112. So you're getting another prospect that is similar, not similar to Bijan. You're getting a prospect that, again, you're getting Michael Mayer, you're getting Zach Evans, you're getting maybe Zach Charbonnet, you're getting somebody like that. 103, 106, 109, this is super flex. 103, Bryce Young. 106, maybe JSN. And 109, you might get another decent prospect, but I am taking Bijan. I want 101 and 112, and I would rather take 112 and something else to try to move into that 109 area versus than giving up 101 and 112. Now, this is a adequate haul, an okay haul, but I'm taking Bijan. I am taking that what I feel like is a guaranteed running back versus the 103 and 106, which JSN is a great prospect, and 103 is CJ Stroud, maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, but you're still taking a value dip from Bijan to Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, you get JSN on the side. It's close when I talk it out. I mean, it definitely is, but I'm going to take the Bijan side. And it's not by much. I just think that I could rather do moves with 112 and something to move up into that 108 category versus do this trade. So it's kind of one of the, I'd rather do a different trade than do that trade that is presented ahead of me, if that makes sense. But it's close. It is definitely close. All right, Nick Chubb, Najee Harris. I'm taking Najee over Nick Chubb. I don't understand the Nick Chubb, the CMC, love for these running backs that are in that 27 year of age. Like, you just don't get top 5 running backs that are 27 years old anymore. You just don't. They said I one of the exact percentage. It was over 88%. It was over 88%. I think it was like 90% of running backs that are age 27 or above in the last like 10 years have finished as RB1. I mean, sorry, top 5 running back. If I can actually talk about the statistic properly. So if you want a top 5 running back, you have to be 26 and younger is what is the premise of the statistic. And so Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, I'm going to take Najee. And honestly, Najee's not somebody that I'm like, oh, yay about, but like, maybe I can flip Najee for somebody else. That's my hope. Or if you don't want Najee, maybe you take the next trade, which is Nick Chubb and DeAndre Swift. And I like Swift even better than Najee. So yeah, give me DeAndre Swift and you can have my Nick Chubb. Maybe you have another great year of Nick Chubb and then he's kind of dwindling off into the sunset, kind of like a Zeke type. But I will take Mr. DeAndre Swift, who is the more of the efficiency monster, but is a much younger running back that is more in his prime. All right, last one. And this is a tough one. Let me know, comment what you would rather have in this situation. Now, this one I've been going back and forth on, and it's because it's a quarterback that has been moving up my ranks. So, Justin Jefferson, Trevor Lawrence, which one would you rather have in Dynasty? Now, Justin Jefferson, a month ago, was number 7 in my rankings for Dynasty. Trevor Lawrence, it was hard to gauge him, but he was number 10 in Dynasty. I easily could see the either side of this. I mean, you are talking about such a close call because I believe that Trevor Lawrence is the generational talent. And if you believe that as well, then maybe he ends up being more where Burrow is. He's at number 4 or 5 overall, and he ends up being that elite category where you can't get this. Like, Justin Jefferson, you can't trade for Patrick Mahomes. You have to do Justin Jefferson plus in Superflex. Trevor Lawrence, right now number 10, JJ number 7. Really, it's a toss-up. I'm struggling. I don't know what I would do. I would sit there and stare at this trade until the trade got probably expired. And that's probably what I would do. And just cry. Oh, sometimes you just got to do that because I don't know what I would do. Team dependent, honestly. I mean, if you need that second quarterback or if you're a team that is desperately needing a quarterback versus what? I don't know. Yeah, team dependent, but I would just probably cry. All right, this is Marcus Nice with Dads. Hope you enjoyed the trades. Peace out. We'll see you again tomorrow.